So for you guys that follow MercBenzKing, getting away from situations, there will be a new model. Hello guys, welcome to MercBenzKing. This is the immense Mercedes GLS. It is the facelift, and in today's video I will show you the full exterior, interior, the practicality and my favorite gadgets. We already know that next year there will be a new model. We are expecting it if you look at the dates. Rumors are that it will be a second facelift. And that is not a surprise for me because it has been a real success. Facelift that came in mid or end of 2023, which is the 2024 model, and now 2025 and 6. They have this bumper right here, which is the new, I would say, jet style, and a large front grille with 4 horizontal lines in chrome. And another thing I really love about the GLS is that there is an optional bouncing mode, and they call it the off-road assistance. So you can do the free bouncing by going into the assistance settings, and of course you need to be in drive. This one does not have the night package, so we have the chrome front diffuser, more chrome around the windows, and this is very luxurious in my opinion. You don't always need a night package to make it black. I really love the GLS model. It is just like the GLE, just a little bit higher, and you have 20 centimeters more space in the interior, and definitely the rear passengers notice this. This is also a 7-seater, so we have 3 rows of seats. And on top of that, it also has a great motorization, as it is standing in front of us as the GLS 580, which is the V8 BiTurbo, but still very discreet. And you especially notice this when you look at from that perspective. It does say, however, GLS 580, so for you guys that follow MercBenzKing, the ones with the knowledge, they know this is the V8. But besides that, you won't notice it because this is just like any other motorization, the standard GLS. You have the exhaust pipes in chrome, and also for people that know, if you look inside you notice 2 exhaust pipes on each side. Even though it has the look of a standard GLS, this is the real deal when it comes to V8 BiTurbo. Then we have chrome line that flows beautiful from the left all the way to the right, and this we also know from the S-Class design. The rear of the GLS is a little bit dirty because of the weather. We have this black part over here and the new facelift tail lights with 3 dots on each side. And we know from the E-Class that they already have the design with the Mercedes stars, 2 of them. So we can already expect what a new model will bring. But I will leave it to your imagination. What do you think about the GLS, guys? Do you think it is a great family car? Just write it in the comment section below. Let's have a look at what is under the trunk. I will open it with my foot. So inside we have a huge trunk capacity. The 3rd row is folded down, and now we have 890 liters of trunk capacity. You can definitely have around 5 trolleys inside. With the 3rd row up, the trunk capacity changes, of course. I will show you how you do that. There are some buttons here on the side, so you can just pull them, and there they appear. Now we have 355 liters of trunk capacity, but still a high ceiling and great amount of space. You do wonder, of course, what is underneath, because this now decreased since we have a 3rd row as optional. You can also get rid of them in the checklist, so you only have a flat trunk. Because now this part is a little bit smaller, but you can put some stuff underneath there. And we have, of course, the cover that fits right here. There. And that other one is now closed where you used to put it. Then we have buttons for the 2nd row, so you can also make them completely flat. Let's do that. And also the 3rd row. take some time, but eventually it will be all the way down. And now we have more than 2,800 liters of trunk capacity. Beautiful Burmester surround sound stereo, by the way, since it has the high-end package. Great guys, this is a great utility vehicle, a lot of space, and it definitely can compete against the American models. So let's put the seats back. Second row and the third row. And I will show you from the inside how it looks like. So I will press the button over here. The trunk will close very fast. All automatic. And since we have the 580, the V8, we have a fuel cap over here that only allows petrol, of course. It does recommend in Germany to put in 98, but you can also put the cheaper E5 or E10 petrol. In the States, however, I would press the button for the 91 if I'm correct, not the regular petrol unleaded. Then we have beautiful side skirts in the body color, which is Alpine Grey. And you can also go for the off-road side skirts with the rubber on it, and then it looks a little bit wider, maybe more off-roadish but also more aggressive. This is more like a sleek kind of look. So let's check out the interior. We have soft closing doors, of course. We have beautiful Napa leather seats also for the third row, and you see there's not a lot of space. This is really meant for kids or people below 1 meter and 60 centimeters in height, which is around 5 feet maybe. There we have the door side, beautiful lines, and this is not wood, it is actual gloss black, but it does have a nice design though. It also continues right there in the front. So we have a little bit an extension of the center console, which is optional, so I would definitely go for this. There's also a possibility to have heated or cooled cup holders with a button. And here is the thermometric air vent control system, so we have all zone climate control. In the center part we have also optional extended arm with wireless charging for your phone, a tablet to control the seats. There's not a possibility for massage seats, therefore you really have to go to the Maybach or the S-Class. I really love these cushions, guys. This is very premium and I would go for this on the checklist. Then we have full Napa leather seats, and you can actually go for the Napa leather seats even though the door side is an Artico leather, which is man-made leather but still beautiful with the stitching. Also at the door entrance we have the speaker for the Burmester high-end surround sound system. Right there also on the ceiling, Burmester stereo, as well as here. And I really love that on the GLS we also have it on the ceiling in the middle. And I really love that on the GLS we have it on the ceiling in the middle. So let's close the door and I will show you more of the exterior. We have soft closing doors, of course. And then we have these winter tires on these multi-spoke rims. I really love it because it matches the non-night package with the chrome on the side. Again, amazing facelift. We have the newest technology, MBUX, which is actually one before the new CLA. So no AI. Amazing looking multi-beam LEDs for the headlights. And I love that the white wheel archers are in the body color, as well as the side skirts, of course. So let's go inside. Soft closing doors, of course, and as I mentioned, GLS is a real family vehicle. It has a lot of space to move around. You can check the third row, second row, and it is just amazing. Also with the handles over here that has beautiful ambient lighting inside. And let me press the button twice for all the electronics to work. And we also noticed the beautiful ambient lighting with this optional lines on the dash. You can either go for wood, carbon fiber, gloss black. Again, I do love the high-end Burmester surround sound stereo. It makes it look very cool also during night with the ambient lighting. A huge power bonnet. It is very noticeable when driving around, more noticeable than the GLE, since the hood is higher. This one has the Artico leather. We do, however, have Napa leather. For the facelift, it has the newer MBUX, so you can talk to the car and it will guide you through different options. The all new models that will come later next year, they have the AI system, which is the MBOS, which this one doesn't have yet. I don't like the gloss black down here. I would definitely go for another option because it looks dirty very fast. Then we have these buttons, and from this you do recognize that it probably has the bouncing mode. And I say probably because not in every country it is the same. If you would put it into drive, the ignition is on or the engine is on, you can press one of the buttons and it will take you to the display. The engine is on, it is significantly more silent than the AMG. I have it in sport mode, it is lower to the ground, and let me show you the bouncing. And this is only possible at a 580 or a standard engine, not on the AMG, because of the AMG suspension. So I will go into off-road mode, hit free driving. I have to put it into drive first, and there I started. The car rises, at the same time it already starts bouncing, and you don't need a seatbelt, guys. That is what I love, because you might be in situations where you don't want to have the seatbelt on. So there it is bouncing, and you can also steer around. And this option is actually made so that you can't be stuck in sand, for example. Soft closing doors, of course, also for the rear door. And I have plenty of space, more than 30 centimeters. And I already mentioned that the increase of space is significant with the GLE. Definitely more than 20 centimeters of wheelbase. And you notice this especially when sitting here. The seat, however, doesn't go more back. You do have the seat control, so you can put it more up. But with the Maybach, that is the car where you can have the S-Class comfort when it comes to the rear seats. We do have this Maybach-like, which is standard on the Maybach, this part right here, with tablet to control all the interior details, such as the seat, heating, ambient lighting, but also the settings of the vehicle. Then we have the wireless charging pad for your phone that I showed you, and the storage space. Some space also to leave your phone. There's the third row. I won't try to get in there, but it does look very nice with the Napa leather. We do have USB-C connectivity slot. You do have two USB-C connectivity slots and a button to press to get out. And also great height, because I'm not touching the roof at all. And I love this panoramic roof with the raindrops that look beautiful and the bar in the middle. And this ensures that you can open and close the window. Beautiful, guys, with the seat heating option. And you can also go for Alcantara sealing, like I had in my GLE. This one has the standard one, which is more hard to touch. And guys, if you look at the car like this, do you think it has a large engine or an AMG engine? Well, most of you know this is an AMG line, so you don't expect it. But I have a surprise for you underneath. You have to just grab the security leather, which is this one right here, and check out the engine cover, guys. Also, to my surprise, it is the actual AMG cover, since it indeed has the V8 BiTurbo, the same as in the GLS 63. And now we are talking different story, guys. So it has the EQ boost and in total around 500 horsepower. 750 Newton meters of torque. And yes, it is quite fast on the road. And I say quite fast because the diesel variant, the 450D, has also 750 Newton meters. It does have a lot less horsepower though, but in terms of torque it is similar. Amazing to see this cover, guys. We do have a V8 badge over here on the AMG, the 63. It does have the handmade or hand-built badge. So let's take it for a drive. If I put it into the drive with the gear changer behind the steering wheel, and we start off in the sport mode. Since we have the V8 GLS 580, and I want the message to come through, guys, this is not for sportive driving. This is for getting away from situations in a fast way. And let's listen. It is perfect for the straight line. Let's follow this old bend. And that was it for the sportive drive, I would say. There's no need to show you more, so let's go into the comfort mode, which is the regular driving mode that you will probably be driving in. And now the car is a little bit more silent, very comfortable. The gear changes are very smooth. We have a 9-gear automatic transmission, the 9G-tronic. And I really love the seating position. You're so high off the ground, overlooking every European car. And also in the States, it is, I would say, relatively a good height to be driving in. Then I will switch it with the dynamic select switcher into the curve mode. And this is special. We also have it in the GLS Maybach. And it basically scans the road in front of you. You can see that very good at the information. If you then hit vehicle, you see how it scans the road with the green lines. It scans for any inconsistencies in the road. So if it notices a little bit skewness towards the right or left, it will adapt the suspension. And also for larger potholes, it does a great job in noticing it, so it prepares the stiffness. This is the AMG engine, guys. Great performance, and sometimes the AMG DNA really comes through, but most of the times you feel like a very comfortable vehicle. Also with the curve mode, if you drive on winding roads, you turn to the left or right, it will lean in just like a motorcycle. And in this way it reduces the G-force, I would say, to the left and right for the passengers, which makes it very comfortable leaning into these curves. I really love these displays, guys. This is the maximum amount of display I want to see in a vehicle. It reminds me to the S-Class, the W221 and the 222. And I actually hope there will be not more screens, but let's see. Then we have the air vents over here. This is the temperature set. These are the temperature settings, and this is the same bar as we see in the new facelift G-Class. Beautiful, guys. I also love the steering wheel. I do, however, think that the previous facelift had a nicer, more aggressive AMG variant of the steering wheel. But for the regular standard GLS, I prefer this facelift steering wheel with beautiful Napa leather in the center. And also when taking turns a little bit more aggressive, you notice the curve effect. How it just bends into the curve. Then for the gauges in front of us we have different views. You can hit the home button, swipe to, for example, navigation, where we have the larger display, assistance, where it notices vehicles around you, off-road for only the SUVs starting from the GLC, service, sport, which I'm not really a fan of because for me it doesn't really show that much, just some G-force, RPM. But for the more sportive way, I would drive with a classic view, to have the speed on the left side, RPM on the right side, and the center you can switch to different. Then we have the understated view, which is minimalistic when it comes to information. Then this GLS, of course, has massage seats. You can go into comfort. I guess all of this is optional. We have the energizing comfort with the perfume in the glove compartment and a lot more different buttons to choose from. So guys, thanks for watching MercBenzKing. I hope you liked the video with this GLS 580 V8, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye.